Hello, my friends. Welcome back to Thinking Differently with Kathy Rotz. I'm Kathy, and I'm so glad you're here. This is a three-part series, and this is episode 3 of the series. It's an interview with our friend Joel Schauer. So if you've not yet watched episodes 1 and 2, definitely go find those and watch them, because our friend Joel is an adventurer. He has climbed the highest summit in all 7 continents. He has hiked the North and the South Pole. These are adventures that I hear about, but I never know somebody. So the interview has been so much fun. This last episode, we're going to dive into some more golden nuggets. But you know, the whole idea is just to pick his brain and figure out, how does he think? How is he thinking differently? And how is this affecting you, giving you a new way to think just by hearing his ideas and his experiences? So in this final episode, Joel is going to share more fun stories. At one point, he references the Field of Dreams movie. I don't know if you'll hear it in the video, but there's some little giggles from John and I, because John was a ghost player in the movie. And that's a whole nother story in itself. But I don't even think Joel knew it. And he was referencing so many connections to who we are, right? Joel also shares a very humbling experience when he served at the Leadership Summit. The Leadership Summit is an event every summer in the Chicago area where big leadership names like John Maxwell, where they come together for a full day event. We went last year. It was phenomenal. But Joel shares a story when he was serving in the Leadership Summit. And anytime you serve, you can be humbled. Fun stories coming from a mountaineer. And toward the end of today's episode, Joel, it talks about the gift is the presence of the Lord. The question he asks, though, are you going to open the present? There's so many moments in this interview where I said, whoa, wait a minute, stop, what? What did you just say? My brain couldn't comprehend what you just said. So don't be afraid to pause these videos, to back it up a little bit, hear it again. The gift of the Lord is his presence. Are you going to open the present? My friends, enjoy this final episode with our friend Joel Schauer. I can't wait to hear how it's challenged you to think differently. Hopefully we've given you a few tidbits, a few little ideas of how to think differently. Use it and grow, my friends. We'll see you next time.
What is your next summit? Whether it's going to be a physical summit or a metaphorical summit, what are you working toward right now?
Typically it's metaphorical, and it's then what are the opportunities that are coming my way and how I'm viewing them. So one is a business opportunity, which would really force me to concentrate assets in order to help support somebody who is in a startup position. High risk, probably high reward. Is that something that I really want to pursue? And that one, yeah, I don't have an answer for it right now. And then I was invited to ski across Greenland.
Wow.
Which is a very interesting experience. It would take roughly a month. You're on the ice cap of Greenland. There really is no rescue. So if something goes wrong, you're in trouble. Okay, so that's an opportunity. And then I was invited to go try to ski from the edge of Antarctica to the South Pole. That would take 2 months. Okay, I'm 64 years old. Do I have what it takes anymore? And I have to look at it realistically. Is it within the scheme of things? So I'll test and see if there's a there. And there might be, there probably isn't. So this metaphorical summit, what's the next one? And then I think that there are things that will occur in life that will point to me what the next one is. I don't have
So Joel,
reason to doubt totally.
just to expound a little bit, just because I'm genuinely curious, you said it's interesting for the concept of skiing across Greenland with no rescue, and then the edge of Antarctica to the South Pole, and you're pretty much on your own. How does that intrigue you? Because I mean, mistakes could be very, very costly, but you're intrigued by it. Let us get behind the curtain, backstage to your mind. What's appealing to you on that?
It is weird. It reminds me of a movie that I saw once, Field of Dreams. I don't know if you've ever seen it. Have you seen it?
Once or twice.
Yeah. If you build it, he will come. If you do this, what will happen?
Wow.
And I mean, it's deep, it's personal, and it's building something. But we don't know unless we take it kind of to the edge.
You are an inspiration. You inspire me. Not enough to go across Greenland, but you're an inspiration.
How about Antarctica? Would you do that?
Well, who knows? If we have cell phone coverage, who knows? But thank you so much for sharing all of this today.
You're welcome. Satellite coverage. We have satellite phones you can use.
Okay. Then I feel safe.
You should go there.
Okay, so I heard you say quite a few times the potential. There's something there that you're connected with. The other thing was the whole idea that you're not going and seeking your accomplishments in life. They all came to you. How many things come to us in life, but we're like, well, that's not on my 10-year plan. But that's not on my bucket list. So we dismiss it, and meanwhile, that was our thing.
The gift is the presence of the Lord. Here's your present. You gonna open it?
Wow.
God, that one sucks. Why would I do that? Why would I open that one? That's the death of my child. I don't want to open that gift. That's the worst thing. How dare you do that to me? We cannot not open that gift because it's been thrust into our hands. It's now how do we manage through that gift? That's incredible, challenging, and trying. And who wants it? Because it sucks. Nobody wants it. The things that I've done are different, but it's opening up the gift that's been given to us. The gift of today, the moment, and are we gonna open them up?
As I build my speaking business, I keep hearing from other speakers, they say, build it where you're at. Build it where you're at. Like, who should my clients be? Well, where did you last work? Who are the clients you've served in the past? That's where you start. Many times in life, I know for me, I'm like, I want this big thing, and I want to do this big thing. I want to go this big place. Start with where you're at and what's coming to you. I love what you said, the gift.
Yeah, here's one. So I'm serving at the Leadership Summit. I'm going to go there and I'm going to serve. Okay, this is like 25 years ago. Why don't you go in the kitchen and see if they need any help? Okay, I go in the kitchen. I'm going to be, I'm probably going to be a guest speaker or something here because I'm so. And why don't you wash dishes? Okay, I could be a guest speaker here. It's all about me. Oh, by the way, the kid next to you is mentally handicapped. Okay, now here's my thinking process. Joel, you think you're there. Can I use you here?
Wow.
And then in comes the trays from Bill Hybels and the people, and he had his little, tete-a-tete with all the important people at the summit. I'm cleaning his dishes. Okay, so, but in the process, it was God's telling me who I am. In the process, too, was here's a kid next to me. Let's have fun. I ripped it up. We had great fun. At the end of the day, the guy that was leading said, you were incredible helping these people here. Oh, I was just trying to have fun. But understanding that God says, I can only work on you where you are in this moment with who you are. And if you think you're something that you're not, then you know what? We're going to come to Jesus and we're going to straighten your sorry ass out. Oh, okay. I get it, God. I get it. One step at a time. That is exactly what you're saying. God meets us where we're at, not where our ego says we are.
Right. Well, here's the thing too. When I try to push it, when I like go after it and I'm going to go get this, oh, it's so hard. There's so many struggles and failures. But when I just back off and I'm like, what do you want me to do, God? Fine, I'll wash the dishes. Things open up that I never even dreamed of.
That was a great story to expound on what Kathy was saying. I mean, truly, that truly resonates. We always think that we need to be elevated, but that might not be our position. Wow.
No, because if we're elevated and we're unprepared to be elevated, then we're going to fail. And so I'm coming down off Aconcagua. I tell him rope me in because I can't. I got issues going on. So Cacho ropes me in. We get down to the high camp. He says, we say goodnight. I go to my tent, and then pretty soon there are multiple people coming into my tent. It was I can't believe it was like 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock in the morning, and people are coming in. We're having great conversations. We're thinking about maybe we'll start like a sporting goods store up there. We can sell climbing gear to people, and like lovely conversations. So the next morning arrives, and Cacho comes in. Joel, you ready to go? I don't know, I'm just exhausted and beat. Okay, Cacho, can't we just stay here one more day? No, we got to get down today, Joel. I walk outside my tent. There is nobody there. I had envisioned all these things. I had hallucinated the whole night. God, Joel, there's nobody here. No, Joel, there's nobody here. It's just you and me. What about all those other people? Oh, you mean all those people you're talking to last night, Joel? You hallucinated all of them. Whew. That is what cerebral edema does to you. So you got to get your sorry ass down from 21,000 feet down to 13,000 feet, which is a killer of a day. I got down to 13,000 feet, and Plaza de Mules, base camp. Let's go talk to the ranger. So he goes, talks to the ranger, and then, come on, Joel. He takes me in. I talk to the ranger. Joel, walk a straight line. I'm trying to walk a straight line. It's as if I'm drunk. Joel, touch your finger to your nose. Oh, sure, I can do that. Anybody can do that. Oh, my nose, right? Oh, so I physically I wasn't there. I didn't have. I had an altitude issue. So he says, Joel, wait outside the tent, and I wait outside the tent, and now the guides are down. They're cooking a Argentinian steak dinner. I sit there. None of them speak English. They're all friends with Cacho. He's climbed on this mountain with these other guides for 20 years. They look at me. Oh, you want a Malbec? Oh, Malbec. Okay, it's a great wine local from the region. A Malbec is a wine that grows at about 6,000 feet from Mendoza, Argentina, and it's a crushed grape. I mean, it's crushed because it grows higher altitude. It doesn't get enough water. Arid. I mean, it really has to work in order to become a wine. So they pour me a wine, they pour me a grape. Then Cacho comes out. Joel, I got good news, I got bad news. Okay. Cacho, what's the bad news? Joel, you have cerebral edema. we're going to have to fly you off the mountain tonight. I'm thinking it saves me about a 14-hour walk out the next day. Okay, I'll handle the good news. I'll handle the bad news. What's the good news, Cacho? The good news is we're going to stick around. They're going to stick around for a steak dinner tonight, and we're going to get the last flight out of here. Cacho, that's good news. And then these other guys says, Joel, congratulations on your 7 summits. These guys all know the shit show I was having at the summit the day before. And they were appreciative and elevating me in the midst. Much like you said earlier about servant leadership. And it was like, that to me was that the hell was Aconcagua, my 3rd attempt. But these guys in that moment all celebrated. It was beautiful. Okay. Thanks, guys.
I can't help but ask, were you hallucinating at that time too?
No.
What was
No.
that steak?
No, because, I went down from 19,520 the night before down to 13. So that took all the pressure off.
Okay.
So that was enough.
But you still had the issue
Leftovers.
until you got all the way.
I spent 3 days in a hotel room afterwards, in bed. I'd get up, I'd wash some gear, I'd go back to bed. But I was cooked.
Wow.
I was cooked.
You weren't even at home. You were still in South America.
Yeah. But it was kind of like you rest in it, right? You gave it your all. You gave it your all, and then you rest, And it, I could have quit before the summit, right? Then I wouldn't have had the 7 summits. And it wasn't in me to quit. It was in me to go the distance. They had that in some movie I saw once. Go the distance?
It was the dumbest
Moonlight
baseball
Graham?
movie ever. Was
Moonlight
that Bull
Graham?
Durham?
Was that a Disney
8 Men
movie?
Out?
Yeah. Simba was in that movie.
Moneyball.
But when you ask me, I don't think about these things at all. I'm done with those things. But your willingness to talk to me about them and then to allow me this experience allows me to relive things that were absolutely wonderfully, painfully fantastic. That's what it is.
These have to be captured for your listeners, for yourself, because there's so many golden nuggets here. There's so many learning lessons and so many connections with, my boring everyday life, not climbing Mount Everest. But even saying that,
Doesn't matter.
that's not even true. I don't have a boring everyday life. I have my
No.
own summits.
Yes.
I have my own transformations and hikes
That's
that I do, right?
We can't compare each other to each other. You don't do that. Because once they do
But
that,
we do.
we all do. And that's wrong. I think we're told
Wow,
not
Joe,
to do that.
even you did on the mountains.
All the time. But if you try to compare yourself to somebody that's 20 years younger than you,
Yeah.
how the hell are you ever going to win? You're never going to win. And the beautiful thing about the mountain reveals who you are. The mountain.
Talk into that. That's deep right there. Whew.
Okay, so I got invited to climb Orizaba. Orizaba is the highest mountain in Mexico. I got invited by the Mexican City Mountaineering Club, who says no to them. So I went with a guy, Jeff. Jeff couldn't climb, he had a bad knee. And then Nacho. Nacho was a tax attorney, Everest summiter from Tijuana. Okay, so Nacho and I are now climbing up Orizaba. It was 11 o'clock start, I think. Maybe 10:30 start. It's 18,500 feet. Pretty high. So we're climbing. He's an Everest summiter. I'm a wannabe. I'm in the presence of a god. He's summited Everest, right? So we're climbing along, and he asks me, Joel, you look like you're having a rough go of it. Should we turn around? And I'm thinking, okay, I'm the only English-speaking person here. We're going to get down to the end. Then he's going to say, I had to come down because of that gringo. I had to bring him down or I would have had the summit. So I said to him, Nacho, no, I'm doing fine. All the while, I got a headbanger going on. The last thing I want to be doing is climbing this mountain. I was so done. And then we got, there's a part of the mountain that's called the pulpit. Wonderful, because the preacher comes, he preaches to you. What's inside of you? Then what's inside of you is revealed. Joel, you look terrible. Do you want to stop now? No. Nacho, I feel fine. I'm just a little slow. Let's keep going. So we finally, about an hour later, we get to the summit. He takes his hard hat off. I take mine off, my climbing hat. We sit on a rock. He leans over and he says to me, Joel, this is the hardest mountain I think I've ever climbed. I got such a headbanger. I can't handle it. Then I'm thinking, okay, you rascal. Now I understand. We both had the same physical condition going on. I wasn't going to tell him I had one going on, and he wasn't going to tell me. And if I went down because I needed to go down, he was my rescuer, but we both got to the summit. And then at that moment, I said to myself, he got Everest. I got it within my potential to get Everest.
Wow.
That was big.
Wow.
That was big.
You know, everyone has a facade, and we see their facade. We see whatever they want to show us.
Yep.
And when we can get past that and see who they really are, like when you were able to see he had a headache just as bad as you did, and almost even the playing field a little bit.
That's what the mountain does.
Wow.
That's what it does.
So let's look at every mountain we have in life.
Physical or metaphorical?
Metaphorical.
Both physically and metaphorically, yes.
There's nothing like seeing a guy or people that are like their mid-20s, mid-30s, and you're climbing with them, and they sing the song of how great they are, and the mountain just spits them out. It's like, I'm just the old slow guy, but I ain't quitting. I'm not quitting.
One step in front of the next, and you got to the summit.
One step at a time, sweet Jesus, right? One step at a time. That's all we're called to do.
Were you ever scared? Were you ever fearful of anything on any of the climbs?
And on Everest, when a serac began to teeter in the ice fall, and it popped right next to me, I started running down the ice fall, and I was with a guy, Brent Bishop. His dad was a submariner in '63. Brent said, Joel, why are you running? If this thing falls, it's going to kill you. Oh, hey, Brent, thank you. That and polar bears. I don't like polar bears for some reason.
Did you not like polar bears before you saw a polar bear?
Yeah, it was kind of like, you like them in zoos. They eat marshmallows. But when you're in their environment, they're the alpha predator. There's not a lot of food there. They're always hungry, and they're always curious. And if you put hunger and curiosity together and they're too close, they'll kill you in a heartbeat. So you really have to. And we were within 15 feet of one. So it was. Actually, there was a paw print by our tent. I didn't take a picture of that, but it was by the tent next to us. And the guy in the tent next to us yelled, bear, bear, bear. And I was having dinner with the guys in our tent. And they said, well, what did he say? I said, well, he said, bear, bear, bear. And we all looked at each other. Oh, shit. So we all got out of our tent. It's 25 degrees below zero. We don't have outdoor gear on. And there's a bear, like 10 feet beyond us. You start yelling and screaming and shouting, and it doesn't matter how cold you are. and you get as many people as you can out in front of you, so the bear begs off. So then that occurred. They fired some shots into the flare shots in front of the bear, and the bear just slunked off. And I have video of it. But I lost something in my iPhone. I lost all my video and tunes. So I don't know if I have it anymore. And then we made a decision that we were going to go ski for we've skied for 12 hours. We have dinner. We knocked down our tents and we skied for another 12 hours to get away from that bear, just in case.
So nobody had to shoot the bear.
No.
And it just kind of walked away after your threatening noises.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Joel, thank you again for your
You're
time.
welcome. Thank
Man,
you.
I've learned so much from you.
I hope so. I hope there's something there for you.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, thanks.
I hope this topic has challenged you to think differently as you strive to grow from success to world class. Please follow this podcast, share it with your friends, and follow me and Unity Consulting on all social platforms: Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, LinkedIn, and our website, unityconsultingllc.com. I look forward to connecting with you next time to challenge your habits so that you are more efficient and fully empowered.